Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
it's stuttering on stream.
Alright, guess we're doing that now. Never mind. Please, let me play. Here we go. The Acer 101. I bought this headset for $60 from some tech company in Tel Aviv. And it's brand new. This is a budget headset from 2017. This poor thing has been sitting in a warehouse for 8 years. Anyway, you may have noticed that this is not official packaging. Turns out this is a development edition headset, meaning I don't get the fancy packaging and I get this shitty, flimsy excuse for a head strap. There may be more differences I'm not aware of, making this review completely irrelevant. The Acer H101 was released in the very first line of Windows Mixed Reality budget headsets back in October of 2017. Windows Mixed Reality headsets were the first to use inside-out tracking, cameras on the headset rather than external tracking sensors. But with only 2 cameras and controllers that emit visible light rather than infrared, it does not track well. This is what the tracking looks like in Beatsaber. That is the most jittery controller tracking I have ever seen, and that's when it's working. These controllers love to drift off or just completely disconnect, even when loaded with 2 fresh batteries each. Yeah, you heard that right. These controllers take 2 AA batteries each. And despite that, the weight is still the least of their issues. Despite being released after the beautiful, perfect Oculus Touch controllers, Microsoft decided to take their inspiration from the Vive butt plug. The handle is just a rectangle. The buttons are, well, there's no ABXY, they opted to use a trackpad, and the grip button is, The tracking ring feels like it could break off very easily. And for Beatsaber, these controllers are way too top-heavy. You'd usually solve that by gripping the controller higher up, but if you do, its longest handle will prevent you from swinging with your wrist. In case I haven't yet convinced you that this is the worst VR headset, at least for Beatsaber, let's talk about the HMD itself. With a 1440p resolution and a 90Hz refresh rate, it's pretty good for its time, beating even the 2 years older Rift S. But that's where my compliments end. You know how some headsets have a really small sweet spot and you have to really adjust it a lot to find a clear image? Well, I believe this headset simply doesn't have a sweet spot, because holy fuck, because the image is always blurry and no amount of adjusting fixes it. I can't really speak for the comfort of this headset because the development edition has this cheap floppy band, but I can talk about the face padding. It does an okay-ish job at keeping the headset from digging into your skin, but it's great they never got a large-nosed Jew to test it, because this padding pinches my nose and doesn't let me breathe through it. This is awful. The audio. There is none. This headset has no microphone and no speakers. You just connect your own through the audio jack. The nail in the coffin for WMR is the software. Microsoft ended support for the Mixed Reality Portal in 2024, so to use these headsets you now must downgrade to Windows 10. Is what I would have said if it weren't for Mbukia, who made this free Steam VR driver that allows you to run your WMR headsets on Windows 11. It should be available by the time you're watching this video. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And now to conclude this review, let's get into the tier list. If you've been on my channel before, you'll know this tier list. It shows how good each headset is in my personal opinion, specifically for Beatsaber. And now I gotta say, the Acer, I think it has to go into E tier. Yeah, this is just, it's so bad. Like, can't even be compared to the Cosmos Elite. It does everything worse. Like, yeah, I mean, it's cheaper, but... And of course, I'm being unfair, this headset is from 2017, so I guess there was no real purpose for this video.